Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode on Stuart's Classic Bikes and Car series. Yesterday, we looked at moving footrests from the standard riding position, which is here, to a rear set position, which is roughly where I want to be. Now, the rear footrest on the standard riding position for the passenger, for the pillion, usually welded onto the swinging arm, which is here, which is roughly where I want my feet to be when I start sprinting this bike. So I want to move the footrest from here to here, like I said yesterday. And yesterday, we started to roughly work out with using a piece of cardboard, which is this, which starts life as this. All it is a piece of card, black on one side, white on the other. I get it from the school supply shop just up the road from where we live. So all I've done yesterday was roughly cut out a piece of cardboard to pick up this top location. I want 3 points to triangulate these plates. So I have a hole here, I have one here, and I have one here. So what I did yesterday, I got the cardboard and I held it onto the frame like so, and I roughly worked out where the 3 holes were going to be. But when I looked at it today, I saw that there was nowhere to hang the footrest. So today, while I was waiting for you people to get out of bed, I've added this little piece of plate on here, this piece on here, and I've added this piece on here. This piece here will where the footrest will be. So these 3 will mount onto the 3 holes on the frame. I'm going to drill a hole in there, so the new footrest will be roughly there, which in effect will be about there where the rear pillion footrest used to be. So what I've been doing this morning and earlier this afternoon, I got a piece of plywood, which is here, piece of normal 1/2 inch 12mm plywood. It's only a bit of rough plywood I had in the back of the garage. So I put my card on the plywood like so. I drew around it and I cut it out. The advantage of mosquitoes all over this time now, the advantage of plywood is it's strong enough to hold us and support the bolts where cardboard isn't, and it's easy workable to cut with a grinding disc or a saw if I want to make slight adjustments. So what I've done, if you can see, what I need to do is space this template away from the frame to get it level, because it's a spine frame and I can't mount to the spine. I've got to try and mount to wherever I can pick holes up from. So for ease of working, all I've done is get some 8mm threaded set screws, a lot of flat washers, so I can temporarily space it out to the correct distance and see where I want to be. It's not going to be like this, the finished product, but it will, these washers and studs will hold this plate in the position where I want the plate to be when I'm riding it. So this will do for now, and then I can work out how I'm going to mount it. So we'll take these nuts off. without getting washers all over the floor. We'll take one washer off each. And we'll try and get this on here. Sorry about having me back to you, just bear with me for 5 minutes while I get this on. I'm just putting this on temporarily, just so I can show you how it'll look. Because it's a good idea using wood and things. It's just easy things you have laid about the house. You're not spending a lot of money mopping things up. It's easy to do, and anybody can do it with a bit of patience. That's 2 on, got one more to go at the top, then we can tighten it up and you can see what I'm talking about. All fingers and thumbs this morning. Put one there. There we go. So they're on. Now just tighten these up. So the wood's quite firm. So that is the mock-up of the template of the back footrest. We just want to make sure that this footrest is clear behind here, so the footrest isn't touching the swinging arm. And if I look behind here, I can see we need to make a slight adjustment. So what we're going to do, we're just going to alter this a little bit so we can see how it looks. Well, at the moment it's touching the swinging arm. what we're going to do is take a couple of washers out of here, which will pull this inwards and pull that outwards. So let's just see what we're doing here. So we just take 3 washers off. And put that back on. Lots of mosquitoes in the Philippines at dusk. Just get me a ring spanner and go on the back side of that so we can get it tightened up. Right, so the board is quite tight now. It's only in mock-ups before I make them out of steel. So there we have it. There's a gap here now between the footrest hanger plate, because the footrest's going to go on there. There'll be maybe a 20mm footrest bolted to hit onto a boss on here, which will also support the back brake linkage. The back brake linkage will be on the inside of the footrest and drop down and go to the back brake linkage, which is here. So that's what it's going to look like so what I'm going to do next, because they're only roughed out at the moment. So what we need to do is get them, because what we're going to do to make them lighter, the back footrest is good. The rear set footrests are here somewhere. But what we can do, we can cut the middle out of this plate to lighten it. I don't want all that steel weight. So what I'm going to do, I'll cut a triangle. It's just there we go. What we'll end up doing, I think, probably, we'll cut So what I'm going to do before I get started, because these are going to be 5mm mild steel plate, they're going to be quite heavy. I was going to try and make them in duralumin, but as I'm in the Philippines, getting hold of the right grade of duralumin to make footrest hanger plates out of is proven to be expensive and a bit difficult. So I'm going to use 5mm plate, it won't be that bad. So I'll make the plate out of this, and I'll cut the middle out, where that black line is with my pen, I'll cut that out and take that out to save weight. I will then radius all the corners. We'll make a nice radius on the corners to make them look nice. And then we'll paint them in silver and it won't look too bad. So that's how we're doing it. So what we need to do next is finalise the shape of this. I need to bolt some footrests on temporarily, put my seat on temporarily, and sit on it to make sure that your feet are in the right place. Once I'm satisfied with it all, and I know this is the right shape, I'll take this off. I've got some 5mm steel plate. I'll put this over the plate, draw around it, then I'll make this in steel and mount them and make sure I'm satisfied. Once I'm satisfied with it all, I'll paint them and mount them properly. Not using all these washers, I'll mount some proper bosses behind it. But that's roughly how you make it. As you can see, it's quite strong in wood as a temporary fixture, so I can see how it looks and how it's going to fit. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching. See you tomorrow for more fun and games. Goodbye.